Oh, it worked. We made it. Hopefully they can hear us.
You're all out of breath now,
I am
too.
so out of breath. I meant to change my shirt. I am so out of breath.
Hi,
What?
guys.
What happened?
Nothing. Your
Oh.
shirt. It's disgusting.
Oh, no, it's really disgusting. I was doing yard work and stuff. It's bad.
It has been a day, week, whatever. Hey, Quinny.
Quinny, you're here already?
Just went live, and you're already
started.
here.
Hi, Pipey.
What's going on, Quinn?
Oh, boy.
Okay,
And
Quinn,
the
this is
chaos
not
begins.
Gonna, this is not going to work.
This is why we need to lock the
It's not
doors.
going to work. What are you doing? Are you staying or going?
You should give us. Oh, boy.
Yes. My goodness.
Oh, good.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. Anyway,
Wow.
Hi, guys.
That was good. Yeah.
So it's been a hot minute since we've done a Q&A. So welcome to everybody. Hopefully.
Yeah. So nothing worked when we
What do you
started.
mean nothing worked?
Okay.
Oh, no, everything worked.
No.
It's fine.
Well, it does now, but I had no mouse. The mouse wasn't working. Then I got the mouse to work.
They're just going to do their thing for a minute because they've been working downstairs too. And by working, I mean sleeping. So naturally, Piper is... Oh, leave her face
Piper
alone.
is chewing on Stella.
Well, yes, that's how they play.
You guys done? Just like Quinn. We just went live. Can you go back to sleep,
No,
please?
they're not.
Okay.
Oh, boy. So we're just going to...
Hey,
Oh, hold on.
hold on. Piper needs to go in her crate.
He's going back into heat.
Here, let me take Piper. You take Stella.
They can't be. Just put Stella down. Hold on a second.
I'll take her. You take her. I'll be back. You can talk about this.
No, Stella, come here. Come here. So Piper is about 2 weeks away from entering her heat cycle, and that tells me she's a little closer than 2 weeks. So she gets like that when that time of the year comes around, which happens every 6 months-ish, and she's at 5 months and 2.5 weeks. So they tend to scuffle like that. Thankfully, nobody ever loses a body part. You good? Are you good? Are you? Oh, you're gonna play with me now? What are you gonna play with me? What you? Boop. Anyway, so, yeah. Unfortunately, Piper has to spend some time in her crate during that time of the month because she tends to turn on telly like that. So, all is well, though. Anyway, how are you guys? I know, #chaos. So, I don't know. What do you guys want to talk about? Oh, I know, because you guys have sent in a bunch of questions and stuff, which we'll get to because there's a lot of them. One of the hottest topics right now is Asher, and I didn't do my homework. So I actually don't know who were I believe it was only 2 people who suggested the name Asher. So we actually have to pull their names out of a hat. But I never did. I didn't, like I said, I didn't do my homework. So you're moving the whole TV. You're good now. So if you weren't around, that is the name of the winning baby La Mancha, was Asher. We had hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds of submissions. We picked we went from our top 10 to our top 5, then to our top 3. No,
Right.
4.
Right.
We ultimately picked 4.
Yeah,
right?
we ultimately left 4. Yeah.
And then you guys won. Asher won with 43% of the votes.
Yeah.
Right, or 41.
Something like that. Yeah.
And so Asher's the name. And I did. One of the biggest questions of the evening, if we already want to get to that, was when is Asher coming home? And
sure, we can
so
go right.
Asher is coming home on Tuesday. So it was either going to be tomorrow or Monday. But Monday, I realized, is Memorial Day. And so Tyler's marching with his marching band at school in the parade. So that's not going to be good. That's not a good day. And they are camping. The breeder is camping all weekend. So I was like, well, it's not going to be tomorrow because tomorrow is a lotion day, which always is like a sun up to sundown type of day. So Tuesday, Asher's coming home, which means Tuesday is the day that Yoshi and Winston move out, which is kind of like I really want Asher home, but that means, Yoshi and Winston leave Cassie's castle, which tugs at my heartstrings a little bit. So, but everything tugs at my heartstrings a little bit this time of year. So yeah. Did you want to start?
I am so lost right now. Everything was not working. I'm like shocked that we're live and it's working. And then on top of that, the dogs like almost ate each other.
That's nothing new. Like,
my chat is all wrong and messed up here.
So.
I still got dirt in my eyes from doing some landscaping, whatever you want to call it, weed whacking.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where we're at. Can they even see us and hear us? Like,
well, I never really asked for
TV.
Don't ever look at that TV. That TV. Every time you're like, remember you bought a cheap TV.
Yes, I did.
That's your fault.
I did buy a cheap TV.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh. Awkward silence. 2 thumbs up. Oh, 1 thumb up. I don't know what that means. Okay, 2.
Anyway, everything's good. Breathe in,
good.
Breathe out. You're fine.
I did bring some water today.
That's good.
Which is good.
We can hear you and see you.
Good.
Good. See?
I have missed the announcement about Asher coming home Tuesday.
Asher's coming home Tuesday, and I don't know who won because I haven't looked through my notes, but there were 2 people who suggested the name Asher, so we were supposed to put their names in a hat tonight and draw out who won the $100 gift card to our website, and I got stuck doing
other things because I forgot to do it too, because I meant to do it.
So
yeah,
winning. But we're gonna get to some questions because there's a lot of them and there's a lot to go over. There's a lot of confusion to kind of settle up as far as who's being retired and when and where are they going to live when they go to retirement and all of that. So that is what we're going to get started with.
Is that what we're starting with?
Sure.
All right. Let's see. I loaded some of the questions, but some you might actually have to go to your phone. But I don't know.
There's so many questions. I don't know whether we'll get to all of them tonight. So
yep.
You're not even on the question page.
I am.
You're not. You weren't on the question page. You were on something else.
There we go. I was in the wrong spot.
All right. So
yeah, I only loaded 12. That's not all.
Oh Lord. Well, there were a couple
never
repeats.
Got back to them.
There were a couple repeats. So hopefully they're the good questions and
yeah. Well, okay. I will start with this top one.
Okay.
Just kind of along the lines of what you were talking about. Will Winston ever see Winnie again once he leaves to Gen Pop? Leaves the Gen population.
So
you could kind of just talk about what's going to happen.
My idea about that, because this is kind of one of those years where I don't like. If there were ever a year for us to keep every single baby, this would have been the year. Like, y'all know, you've been here through kidding season. Every single one of those deliveries was just difficult. After Moo had her C-section and then we lost her, we still had 9 or 10 moms to give birth. And each one of them was a little bit of a blur after we lost Moo. So moving Winston out is not. I didn't know this was coming. It's not going to be easy to not have him in that barn with his sister. And I've thought of so many different ways to keep him in that barn. And it's like I don't even know why I'm crying, because he's not leaving the farm. It's just like that time. This time is all changing. it's like we went from kidding season to like my time to enjoy the babies. If I knew I was going to cry, I wouldn't have put on makeup. It was my time to enjoy the babies is coming to an end, and I think that's really hard this year for me. So
You were prepared.
So Winston leaving the barn to move into the red barn, just like right over the fence line. I don't know. It just
With Asher and
with Asher and Yoshi is
so if you didn't follow that, that's the plan. Asher, Yoshi, and Winston will all live together in the red barn and have an outdoor play area. That's the plan for the foreseeable future until we need to adjust again.
right. So now to kind of like remedy that for myself mostly, but also because we still have people who are coming from all over the place to come and see Winnie and Winston. Like, one of the things that happened when Moo passed away is like everybody used to come to Goat Snuggles kind of to see Moo and to meet Moo, and now it's kind of morphed into, where are the Win twins? We want to see Winnie and Winston. Where are they? Can we feed them a bottle? Like, and so that's Winston will come back to Cassie's Castle for Goat Snuggles, at least through until September.
We'll
depending on how
We'll
that
see how it
reintegration goes. I mean,
that might not work.
it might not go well. So I don't know. But that's the plan, is that Winston will come back to just for the day, just for Goat Snuggles, so that he can participate in Goat Snuggles and people can meet him and Winnie, because it's a lot of people are wanting to meet them. I saw a follow-up with it's not rude or worse or anything, but is there no way to keep Winston with Winnie and the other moms if he's already fixed so he can't breathe? There is. I don't.
That's a short-term fix is what would happen.
Right. So as the moms then go to have their babies, like, then where does Winston go? And that barn can only hold so many goats. When the moms start having babies, we need the room for their FEMA trailers and all of that. Like, where does a weathered male go? And I don't want him to not have a place to go and now be the only boy that goes to House of Pie, and he can't get integrated with an intact male at that time. So we're kind of at a crossroads where I'd love to have Yoshi have a friend for life, and it seems like they're bonding pretty well. So if Yoshi and Winston are going to continue to have that bond for life, then he needs to move in with Yoshi as everybody moves into that red barn. So Asher, Yoshi, and Winston can stay together. Now Asher will get moved out at some point, but not for a while. It really is one of those, like, this is the plan, but we are going to adjust as they tell us things need to be adjusted.
Right.
You know what I mean? So our plan is for Yoshi and Asher and Winston to all move into the red barn together, but if that's not their plan, then we have to readjust, and then maybe Winston comes back. But Winston will not be going to House of Pie. That's not the plan.
Right.
So, well, that first question went well.
Yeah, that was good.
You take the next one. I'm going to be over here recovering.
All right, well, now what the audience here is, or the community is probably thinking, is great. Once they go to the red barn, we're not going to be able to see them anymore. And that's not the plan either. We're working on possibly adding a camera that you guys, sometimes I set it up temporarily, like during Goat Snuggles. I'll set it up where you guys can watch the boy goats but I'm looking to add a real camera.
See, this is what a best friend is for. She's crying. Here, have some watermelon rum.
Yeah.
You're crying?
The first question got to me, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
The
Yeah. I don't know if we have a chair.
Is it still in our
There
room?
might be one behind the
Check behind this.
back there
this
or
wall.
over there,
Good luck.
or Tyler stole it and it ended up in our bedroom.
Is there a red chair back there?
Oh,
No,
No,
she
there's
said,
nothing
oh,
back
no.
there.
there's a broom.
There's a
And I'm
broom.
not riding it.
Yeah.
That's the next mode of transportation.
There's
I have one.
You found one. Yeah, there's one over there. So yeah, the plan is to permanently install the same style camera that's underneath the porch.
And you said
And
you couldn't make the drinks.
Also same style camera that's like out watching the field, the good one, the one that I can pan and zoom and move and whatever. To install one of those outside Cassie's Castle so you can watch all of them. Gus, Asher, Winston. Yeah, help me out.
Giovanni, Grayson, Moose.
All of them. So you guys can watch them all. But I got to get that camera, and we're still trying to figure all that out. So that is hopefully the plan.
I know.
Okay,
It's
so
summertime in a cup.
I'm going to go right to this other question that was asked about a bajillion times. And I don't know if that's a real word, a bajillion times.
Sure, it is today.
But it is today. That was, will the villagers ever see goat snuggles again? As of right now, the answer is no. I just blew a fuse. No, I didn't. Maybe it got cool
probably
enough.
cooled down
It
enough.
probably got cooled down enough. So as of right now, no. What you guys have
I
to
know.
understand, and this comes as a shock to the village and the 500 people watching, we get 250 visitors every weekend between Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And based on our math, only about 5 to 7 of those people actually know we're on YouTube. So you got to understand the majority of the audience. I had this conversation with a couple villagers. Everybody's a part of the village, right? Whether you watch us, buy from us, come to Snuggle, whatever, you're part of the village. But the YouTube community thinks everybody knows who we are. But in reality, nobody knows who we are. When we do goat snuggles, these people have no idea we're on YouTube. So part of it is it didn't go well a couple weeks ago, and that wasn't the first time.
I was
that
going to say,
most,
it's not, so
exactly.
It wasn't just one person that
Right.
ruined it for all. It happened earlier in Goat Snuggles,
right.
and there were some rude comments being said about our snugglers, and then it happened again. And it's one of those things where, to your point, a lot of these people don't even know that they're on camera.
Right.
And so that's for their own privacy.
Right.
It's for them, but it's also it's mostly for them and their privacy. So, in the meantime, though, it's not like
we turn all the cameras
going
off, which we could do, but we're trying to leave something up. So that's where this third or whatever camera, it'll be like the fourth. This fourth camera facing the boys out in the Asher Yoshi world, that camera will be perfect because you'll be able to watch them during Goat Snuggles or whatever.
Yeah.
Plus, we're working on a new slideshow that some people might have heard of by now that has, I think, 3,000 photos in it. It goes for 57 minutes, and each picture stays on for 3 seconds. Do the math. It's like
Is that just from the last few months?
No, that is
Forever.
literally from like the last like 8
Forever
years.
ago.
Yeah.
There's like little pictures of Libby making lotion, and
There's
you
everything.
can try, but it just doesn't.
Oh yes, make it right for just
You just
now.
change it as
6:21.
every minute goes by. You change it.
Click, click.
5 o'clock.
So that's kind of that question,
5
the
o'clock
villager question.
somewhere.
That's kind of it.
But
Guys, if you're asking a question in chat and I didn't answer it, I'm not answering it. I've seen the same question scroll by 5 times. I'm not answering it. Okay? We're trying to have a conversation here. And you're like, Mom, that whole like.
So to everybody's point though, with Goat Snuggles, you're right. Somebody said it. They didn't. Goat snugglers aren't coming to the farm to be on camera. That's not what they signed up for. They signed up to snuggle goats.
Right.
So ultimately, it comes down to it's their it's their time with the goats, and they didn't sign up to be live on YouTube. So we did. We
Right.
signed up for
They
it, but they didn't. So
And-
out of respect for their
Right.
privacy, that's what we're going to continue to do. In the meantime, we'll have, boy cam.
Yeah, boy cam, or I run a cam over to House of Pie. I still haven't figured out how to get House of Pie on like normal, like we used to do, because the internet's changed since then. But we can do temporary House of Pie
and
cameras.
Thor ate the camera.
And Thor ate one of the cameras, right?
Mm.
Yes. Yeah. So I shortened this question.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put it up here real quickly, but it was like a mile long and too many text, and it wouldn't fit in my little on-screen thing.
Mhm.
So the question is, when do next year's basically Goat Snuggle tickets go on sale? I'm trying to plan a villager reunion. So
Okay.
San Diego is up to something. But
San Diego's up to something.
so to make a long story short, those tickets go on sale usually February time frame.
Mhm.
And whatever you guys try to plan is up to you. We are too busy to get involved.
Yeah, I don't
That's
think they were
really-
asking.
No, I know. I know people have asked before. I've tried. I've called the hotels. I've tried to get special villager rates, and they don't want to work with me. So
Right.
I haven't figured it out yet.
So, like I tell all the snugglers, anybody who has signed up this year and follows us on Facebook, we start announcing that early access tickets, usually starting around February, which seems a little crazy, but when you start, most of the babies haven't even been born yet, but when you start thinking about like flights and hotels, it's,
Right.
we open it up for you guys that are traveling to have the time to schedule those and to get the best rates too. Because if you book something for next weekend, you're going to pay more than if you
Right.
planned it 2 or 3 months out. So
And I'll throw it out there because this is kind of behind the scenes conversation that we have in here during live. We are working with our web developer. We don't know if the application we use to book tickets will allow us to do it, but we are working on some type of discount or day pass, where for those people that do travel and want to hang out all Saturday, as you know, if you buy this ticket and this ticket, we don't make you leave for the half an hour in between. So we're trying to figure out a way to make a day pass, but logistically to control inventory, we haven't figured it out. So it might literally just be a coupon code of some kind, but we don't know.
yeah,
I don't know what that is. That just got hidden, so I can't see it.
it's fine. Yeah. So yeah, next.
Okay, so let's see. David's question is next.
Okay. So when will the retired goats be moved to House of Pie? I don't know. I'm at a point where I think we already covered this, that I'm trying to make it through this weekend because the first round of babies, minus Maddie, because Maddie already left, but the first round of babies are leaving this weekend. So there's like 5 of them that are leaving this weekend. So I'm really just kind of trying to get through that.
Right.
And then next is bringing Asher home. And then next is the summer launch. And then I'll start thinking about, and then it's June 2nd is next castration day. And then I have to think about the following weekend, which is the rest of the babies going home.
Right.
So I need to get through
and-
that before I decide who else is leaving my barn. Like,
and
I can't handle that.
But on top of all that, to David's question, they can't leave until they're done milking.
True.
So really, I thought of this the other day too. I'm like, we need less goats in this barn. The babies are going to go soon, or else I'm going to be mucking out weekly. But the babies are going to start going home, and then we can move the retireds over. And she goes, we still have to milk them for the season. I go, oh yeah, you're right. So the milking machine's coming back in this week. We're going to start turning it on and not using it so the goats can get used to that god-awful milking machine sound.
The one that Grace is terrified of.
That way, when we do hook them up to the machine, it's not like they hear it
And
for the
Deandra,
first day
so yeah.
and get a vacuum cleaner on their teats. It's all, it's just
Well, when you
over
put it that way, no wonder they're scared of it.
Right,
Seriously. Vacuum cleaner.
So we've got some time. But
I had one of those on me one time.
I would say sometime in September is when retirees will start drying up and moving over. And by then, hopefully, I can figure out the camera situation so you guys can still watch Charlotte and Sadie and all those girls who will now be over in House of Pop.
Well, that kind of leads to one of the next questions: is who?
Right, and I don't know if I had that. 18 people asked the who's retiring.
So it was Claudia's question there. I guess there was a lot of confusion, and we just need some I'll say it again, because last time we said when who's retiring and why and where are they going to go and all that, it was still kind of up in the air, where I feel like now we have a little bit more of a solid idea of who's retiring, and all retirees will be going to House of Pie. That's a no-brainer.
Right.
But as far as who's being retired, it's going to be Sadie, Lucy, Charlotte, for sure, Genevieve, for sure. Rainey, no, unless something happens between now and then. Amy, yes. Deandra, no. And then Harper and all the younger ones, no.
Well, I'll say, right.
But Amy, yeah.
Harper's younger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's only 3.
Yeah.
So Chanel, no. Yeah. So the rest of them are going to stay. And then, we take it 1 year at a time. So I don't want to really get into the whole question, are you going to breed Winnie? Because I still don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no reason she can't be, except for my heart. Can my heart take it? I don't know if there's enough drugs on the planet that can help me through that pregnancy of anxiety and worrying and all that. So I don't know at this point about Winnie being bred. If we're playing the hypothetical question, if breed Winnie, it would be to Yoshi. So I'm not going to breed her back to her dad.
Right.
Do you want to drink? Other than water?
I texted her, but I knew you were busy.
Oh,
I
my
wasn't
phone's on
expecting
silent already.
Yeah.
I'll
You
take
wanna
any of the
cocktail?
beers out of that little fridge.
Oh, you beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wants a nasty
Any-
beer.
Any?
Yeah, you can even grab a can.
I would
man.
never do that to you.
I mean, there's canned ones, there's bottled ones. It doesn't matter, or even the 1911. It doesn't matter. Yeah, because you might have to find a bottle opener if she comes up with a beer without a bottle opener. That'll be fun. I saw a question go by about rejuvenating or something our milk supply.
We're blurry.
I saw it. Whoa! How did we just get real blurry?
I don't know.
Did we just get? We did get real blurry. Oh, there you go. You got it. You fixed it. Oh no, is it still? It's good. It's good. Yeah, it's better. I think it's good. Yeah. Oh, can you? Here it is. Can you milk? Right here.
Okay, can you milk the retired ones a little longer to replenish your supply of milk?
It's kind of the point. We're gonna go right into September. We have to start drying up in September.
So, yeah, well, we dry up in September so that we can breed in October.
Right.
So we don't want to have.
Yeah.
I guess technically, is it a twisty?
Well, we're gonna
I
find.
don't know.
We're gonna find out.
I just closed my eyes and picked one because I don't know anything
I
about beer.
closed my eyes.
Well, you
and
have an
picked
edge
one.
of the table
It
right
looks
there.
like
You
a
can-
root beer.
Yeah. I don't
It
know.
looks like
It
one of
might
those
be a twisty.
mix.
Nope, it's not.
It's not a
I'll just
twisty.
use the side of the table. Ta-da!
Got it. That worked. All right. So yeah, we plan on milking right up. So this year we don't have pigs, right?
You have a question
So
if you want to answer it.
oh, Angie has
I'll
a
wait
question.
for you guys
Oh,
to
that is a
answer.
great question to answer.
It's a singular answer.
So yeah, the plan is to milk them as much as we can, obviously, right up to that September timeframe. But we also hope to produce more soap and lotion in real time, meaning straight from the goat. We can refrigerate. The problem is we don't have a refrigerator big enough to hold the milk, so we have to freeze it. But if we can come up with a temporary refrigerator to hold it, we can go straight from goat to refrigerator to Simple Suds, or goat refrigerator lotion, and basically make a lot of inventory and then freeze everything.
Oh, my goodness.
That's kind of the hope. But we also
I
don't
was
have
drinking
pigs to
beer.
feed. So last year we gave the pigs a lot of milk, and we don't want to do that. What are you guys talking about?
I burped and I blamed it on the drink, but there's
Oh,
no
okay.
bubbles in it.
Here's
Okay.
Angie's question.
All right, Angie.
What's the question?
Is Angie going to breed Bobo this year?
No.
Next question.
Next question. Is Angie going to ever breed Bobo?
No.
No.
No. There you go.
She's
Think
special.
Pop. Yeah, think
She's-
Poppy.
Yeah, she's special.
Think Poppy when you
Yep.
think of Bo.
Yep.
But I don't know, like, does she struggle as much as Poppy?
No.
Like,
Not
It-
anymore.
it's not as bad as Poppy, but she's also a little special in the brain.
Yes.
Like,
So we don't want to breed that
we
back
don't-
into babies.
Yeah.
I don't think you can fix that with a good dad. Like,
Right.
Asher can only do so much.
Well, and not to mention her size. Like,
Yeah.
She's not a very big goat.
Yeah, she's very
yeah,
little.
she's a little, like,
She's a little smaller than Gia.
she's
right?
way
Like a
smaller.
G.
So she's the same size as Kai. Like, no.
That's
No,
true.
No,
I'll
she's-
tell you, I have a weight for
She's
her.
about 50 pounds, maybe
She
55.
is 62 pounds the last time,
Yeah.
and she's 2.
Too. So
Yeah.
her size is stunted. So small but loud,
Yes.
very loud still. She
Extremely
definitely has
loud.
her sister's voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's it would not be safe. Just
Mm-mm.
not even like temperament wise or even health issues wise. It's just not safe size wise. She can't be 60-pound goat. No, Bo's not sick. She's just small.
Yeah.
That's a good
So,
question.
She's very healthy right now.
I'm going to
Yes.
throw up this question because it came from Facebook and it got me excited. I was like, ooh, a Facebook question.
Cool.
Don't worry, we're going to get back to the mail-in question soon too. Go ahead. I'll let you read that one.
This is from Kelly. So first off, you guys are amazing. Thank you. I am absolutely in love with your products and promote everywhere I can. Thank
should
you
be,
again.
You should be an affiliate.
Mhm.
Link in the bottom right-hand corner of the website.
Now my question, how is Jake and what are your summer plans for the family? So I actually get this question a lot lately of how is Jake? And I would say Jake is, I would knock on wood if I could reach it, but I would say Jake is as stable as he's been in the last few months as he's been in the last few years, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I feel like his meds are sorted out. He's like really actively participating in his therapy. He's really working the therapy. It's not just like he's showing up and listening. He's practicing what he's learning in therapy, and he's working through some really big issues right now. So as a mom of a child that struggles with their mental health, I feel like, and this is something that we talk about in therapy a lot, I shouldn't, but it's almost like I'm waiting for the foot to drop, like that shoe to drop, where I don't want to anticipate like regression, but at the same time, it's like, when do I get to let my guard down a little bit? You know,
Yeah.
like, is it going to happen next week, next month, next year? But I'm always there for him in any kind of moment. And if we go there and he does slip backwards, like, we know we can handle it because we've been there. So, you know, from what I'm seeing and from what I'm hearing, like, things are going well for Jake. I'm not going to say great or perfect. Like, there's no such thing.
He's a teenage boy.
He's a
Definitely
teenage
not
boy.
great, perfect, all that.
No.
No.
But like, he's going to school every day. He's taking care of himself in a way that he hasn't in the past. And he's not just like holding everything in. And
He's also starting to show initiative in some things,
Mhm.
right? Like, for example, you guys see Jace and Tyler always out there. Well, maybe you don't. You see them a lot on camera
Mhm.
and maybe in the barn and stuff. And it's not Jake's thing. And we've always said we're not going to force anybody to do it. You don't want to be a part of the farm. You don't have to be a part of the farm.
Mhm.
But that's how you earn money around here. We don't believe in allowance. There's no $20 a week just because you live here.
right.
No, there's a set list of things that if you do these, you make money. If you do these, you still get fed and get internet, like take out the garbage.
Sure.
Those you don't get paid for.
No.
So there's certain things that are chores you don't get paid for. There's no allowance. That's what provides internet. And like, you know, I remember having to do things, shovel snow, rake leaves. I didn't get paid for any of that. And then there's above and beyond things that you can make a little money. Jake needed a new gaming chair. His gaming chair at his computer broke. He worked a whole Sunday out with the goat snugglers out at the
Well, he
farm.
knew exactly.
He
and that's-
calculated exactly how much he needed to make and how much he already had in savings. And he was like, all right, I'm working Sunday at the farm. I don't want to, but
So
I'm
that's
working.
the thing,
And
though.
he worked
is
the whole day.
He didn't just show up and like not do anything. Like
No.
he didn't just show up and called it participating, but didn't actually work.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like his
parking lot guy.
he
That's the
didn't-
easiest job we have.
He didn't just like show up and expect to get like he participated, he helped, he
Right.
was great for answering questions out in the paddock for the goat snugglers, and he helped behind the register and he helped with waivers, like so he was actively participating. So
Yep.
that's what I like to see. Like he might not, and this is kind of a lesson in life, like you might not like doing the job, it might not be what you want to do,
Yeah.
but if you need to earn money, like here's a chance to earn some money, and you just have to do it. There's going to be
Yeah.
times in your life when you have a job and you don't want to do it, but it's a ways of
Right.
earning
I
a
was-
living.
I was the rat at Chuck E. Cheese. I didn't want to be that was my first job ever.
You were not.
Yes, I
he
was.
was.
Yep. First job ever. I was the "It's your birthday" star at Chuck E.
That's-
Cheese. Yeah.
This makes so much sense.
She's like,
What was
I
that?
totally understand you now.
Yep, that was me.
Totally get it.
Cooking pizza most of the day, and then it's birthday time. Aaron, go get in the rat. And I had to go get dressed as the rat and dance with all the little kiddos. Yep. Not my favorite thing to do.
Oh, we did it again.
Yeah. Is it
We've
the
learned
camera
it's
or is it the YouTube?
No, it's the camera. Because
All
look,
right.
I can
Oh,
fix
look.
it. No, that TV's always like that.
That
you
TV's
gotta
what there's.
focus?
Yeah, she's trying to get it to
Oh, look at that.
refocus.
I'm still a little
Okay,
blurry.
let's go to the other setting.
Stop in the name. Nope.
All right, maybe that'll do it. I could
No,
also.
it's actually our camera, so you don't have to change your quality on your.
Yeah, and it's not your eyes.
It's not your eyes.
You're
Nobody gets
okay.
your reading glasses out. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's our camera. So
So one more thing about Jake,
sure.
maybe a little story.
Okay. Story time.
Quick story. So we had an interesting goat snuggle weekend. We had to call 911. We had an ambulance involved.
Oh yeah. By the way, fun facts. Listen,
Everybody's fine. We heard from the goat snugglers.
it was also 90.
I was
It
gonna
was.
say it was the heat.
Yeah, it
It
was
was the
90
heat,
something
yeah.
degrees.
It was the heat thing.
We got everything. Everybody did amazing. The goat snugglers did amazing. All the people that were involved, everything. Jake calls me on my phone
This
in
is
the
kinda-
middle of all
This
this.
is kind of funny.
And I go, Jake, what's up? He goes, there's an ambulance here. I go, yeah. He goes, is it for me? I go, no. Why would it be for you? He goes, well, I did get a little upset at my game, and I wasn't sure if it was for me. And I'm like, we would never call the ambulance on you without talking to you
Never
first.
happened.
And he goes, okay, yeah, that's what I thought. And I'm like, oh my
He
goodness,
thought the ambulance was here for him.
because he got mad at his video game.
So Jake.
So, but that's the point, that he's stable, and he was like, oh my God, why is it here? You know.
The
So-
first thing he thinks is it's for him.
But
The poor kid.
So in the end, everybody's good. Everybody's doing okay, and
But the
we
thing,
still owe you an email if you're watching. We
And-
saw it,
yeah.
and we're so glad everybody's doing fine.
and that's the other thing is like this is a small community, right? So the the EMT that arrived was our EMT.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The same lady
And-
that comes every time we have.
Yeah, and she did stop me at the end after everything was stable and everything was good, and she goes, "How's Jake?" Because
Yeah.
she knows she's been here
She's
on
been
a
here on 2 of them.
couple different calls.
Yeah.
But that's kind of the town that we live in, is like everybody knows everybody.
Yeah.
And and she was also here the time Libby got locked in the car.
Yeah, which was now like 7 years ago.
She was like, "Is this Olivia?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she's like, she was like 18 months old.
she was in a car seat when she got locked in the car by accident.
Yeah. So our old car, it had
Story
this,
time.
It had this feature where I don't know, it was like possessed or something. My purse was in the back seat with Olivia,
Yeah.
Aaron,
I was
myself.
driving.
You were driving. I was in the passenger seat. My keys and purse were in the back seat. because it's remote start,
Yeah.
you can just push a button to turn the car on and push the button to turn it off as long as the keys are in the car. The kids got out of the car too.
Yeah.
You got out of the car. I got out of the car. We all closed the doors. I went to go and turn the corner to get Olivia, and I heard beep beep.
And the car locked itself.
The car locked itself.
We
My
were like-
purse was still in the back seat because I always got my purse when I got Olivia out of the back seat. She's locked in the car.
And it was like 70 degrees.
It was
It
in
wasn't
that-
super hot. But
And the car was in the shade
right,
by that
we were in
time
the
of
shade,
day.
but it was one of those, we don't have much time.
Right.
So we called right away. And half the neighborhood showed up and we
So-
got her out.
Chris's son, Kyle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
was in the volunteer. So he's right down the road.
Yeah.
And so he was the first one here.
Yeah.
And we ended up breaking into the truck, or not our truck, but the our last vehicle, which was an SUV. We ended up breaking into it,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we ended up getting her out, and she was fine. She didn't cry.
No,
We
she
like
was fine.
sang songs
Yeah.
through the window.
Olivia was a
We
great
played
baby.
peekaboo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just saw this one pop up. It wasn't really a question, but Linda Green here said, I only asked about Moo's leg, which I didn't see the question about Moo's leg because I'm trying to remember when I started watching this wonderful family. That was
2019.
a
was
while ago. And in the new slideshow, Moo's leg picture of her broken leg is in it. So
Yeah. I still can't
It's there.
believe she did that.
yeah,
We were only live on YouTube.
Oh my
okay,
God.
I can
No.
now.
not
But
long.
we were only live on YouTube for like, I don't know, a month or two. And then in the middle of the night, she breaks her leg on the hay feeder.
Live
Live
camera.
on YouTube.
All right, let's go back to here.
Yeah,
we got
don't
the-
give her any ideas.
All right, here comes a question.
So
a mail
funny.
in question for you.
Okay, mail-in question. What inspired you guys to get Yoshi? He's adorable, by the way, and I love him.
He's a goat. And she
Um,
likes goats.
that
Wrong.
is so
False. No.
fake news.
Oh,
This is a whole story.
somebody asked me
Really?
about my beer and I forgot. You think of your answer?
It's a Blue Label beer.
Yeah,
I don't
it's a
Think of my answer.
it's not sponsored, but it came from a snuggler
Nothing is sponsored.
and it's a harpoon and it's a fruity IPA. That's what it is. That's it. And the other snuggler that asked me if I like the beer you brought, I have not even refrigerated it yet because I drink like one beer a month right now.
This is my first drink since Quattro de Mayo,
Yeah.
and we just really like all the cool kids celebrate Quattro de Mayo.
Yeah.
So
The hell is
The 4th
the
of
day before
May.
Cinco de
That's
Mayo,
the day we
Yeah,
all went out.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
because we didn't
'Cause
have time.
celebrate.
Yeah, we weren't going out on
Quattro de Mayo.
Cinco de Mayo. We went out.
Right.
Yeah.
He totally
So go ahead,
did
your
that.
Yoshi story. What happened there?
Such a long story, though.
Okay,
It
short
really is.
version.
There is no short version. Okay,
The long story's the best.
You have another version. You have another Yoshi question coming up soon, so don't get too far into it.
so Yoshi. Okay, after we lost Moo, you're being disrespectful.
No, I'm not.
That it is.
I was saving my energy.
You have to go dark
Continue.
for a
I
second.
have nothing nice to
You
say
have to
right
go
now.
dark for a second.
Yeah.
To be like,
Yeah.
Oh, look, you messed up the blurriness.
oh, sorry. I
We'll
fixed
get
it.
it. We'll get it back. We'll get it back. Come on, focus.
I was trying to be your alibi.
No, that's not an alibi.
I got it. I got it.
No, I got it. It likes me better. I broke it.
You broke it.
No,
This is why we can't
come
have
on
nice
now.
Why is
Look
it
at my
doing
face.
this?
Your face is fine.
Can you see my face?
Well, don't make that face.
Yeah,
Okay.
your hand is in focus.
Okay,
Now,
well,
Now
Brian.
go back
slow.
slow.
No, you shouldn't have to do that.
Oh,
This is annoying.
okay. We'll get to the Yoshi story in a second.
Sorry.
It's still blurry. I'm blurry. I have perfect eyeballs.
All right, talk about Yoshi. Well, like play.
I
with the
didn't
game
break it. It
camera.
wasn't me. Okay. I'm not going to talk about Yoshi while your hand is sitting there.
Hello.
Yeah, it's right there. It's focused on your fingernails.
No, it
Perfect.
is
Not really.
No, it's not. Why are we not focusing? Danielson, focus power.
I'm just going to rub my crystals a
I
little
think we're
more,
good.
and then maybe.
Okay.
Show you
I'm
how-
sweating. What happened to our AC? Okay, talk about Yoshi.
Says
Go.
it's- Okay, so after Moo passed away, there was one of these like, are we? Oh
Off eco mode.
my God, would you stop talking for a second? Go back to sleep. So, oh my God, your belly's hanging out, you slob.
Oops. We might have just got demonetized for that.
You're showing too much skin.
You're not even halfway done with your drink. The OG villagers are like, yes, they are drinking again.
That's all it takes. I only have lunch at 11:45.
I didn't have lunch with pineapple.
And Angie's here. Once Angie shows up, it's all giggles. We'll just go back to this camera and just giggle
Can
away.
we get to the poor lady's
Yes.
question?
Yoshi.
She's probably like,
Talk
she's probably gone now.
Talk about Yoshi.
It's a terrible ankle. Like, come on, the chin. Okay.
We have to talk like this.
No, that's a terrible ankle.
Word.
No, I have to talk like this.
No, this is what you do.
I do that every once in a while. I'm like,
So she
that's
went
a
to
little-
this farm to buy one goat, and when she showed up there, she saw Yoshi, and she bought that one. That's what happened.
That
There's
is
the
the
story.
very shorthand
That was the
version.
dumbest version of that story. Okay.
Okay.
So after Moo passed away and we questioned our entire lives and like no literally like don't laugh at that, that's terrible. I just mean pets.
I'm laughing because I just remember.
Oh, okay. The detail that like solidified.
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Shoot, it's
We're
happening.
questioning our lives. Yep.
So we were questioning our lives. And I'm like, how are we going to move on from this? And should I, building our Alpine program has been something that I've really struggled with in the last few years. And having Moo pass away was just kind of like, I mean, for all the reasons, like the worst thing that could have happened. I've always wanted to keep a Moo baby and build that Alpine line. So when we lost her, I was like, what do we do with our lives? And I reached out. We thought about it for a little bit of time. But I was like, do I add another Alpine? So I reached out to Rainey and Grayson's breeder. And I was like, hey, I've been actually thinking about adding another Alpine doe since it seems like Grayson really only copies himself, which is great, but that's not, I want more variety within my
We have
Alpines.
too much Grayson blood on the farm.
And we have now,
Right.
we have Rainey, who is Grayson's, who is related to Grayson.
Right.
We have Chanel, who is Grayson's daughter. We have Mina, who's also Grayson's daughter. And I don't really have any other, I'm retiring Charlotte. And I wouldn't ever be able to keep a daughter out of Rainey.
So to make a long story short, we need to find a breeding farm for Grayson.
So, well, no, I'm talking about Yoshi right
Yoshi,
now.
keep going.
Oh my God. So then I was like, I wanted to add another doe. That's kind of where I was going down. So I reached out to the breeder and I'm like, do you, I know it's kind of last minute for like waiting lists and stuff, but do you have any does this year? And she's like, actually, we had a really heavy buck year. And I'm like, oh, that's unfortunate. So I initially was just going to leave the conversation at that. And then I was like, well, something pulled me and I was like, if it's the right buck, I wouldn't be opposed to adding another buck because Grayson just isn't throwing the variety in his offspring that I really want. He's a great breeding buck. He throws great milking lines. So it's why I was interested in possibly adding another breeding buck from their milking lines because they got a new buck. And so they weren't related to Grayson at all, which means it wouldn't be related to Rainey at all. So she sent me this PDF of like all the male Alpines that she had available. And I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled and one caught my eye. It was not Yoshi. And I set up a time to go and visit and I asked a bunch of questions about like his pedigree and stuff like that. Set up a time to go visit. You were busy with something.
Mm-hmm.
And so Angie and I went, which is kind of like significant because Angie and one other girlfriend went with me and you didn't to the day that we found Moo. So we went and we looked at this little boy, and he was great. Like,
Cute.
he was super cute,
Personable.
very personable. Had the, the right conformation and everything. And even when we got there and she took him out, she was like, do you want to see anybody else?
Right.
And I was like, no, I don't
Right.
like choices. They confuse me. I'll end up having a hard time with this. And I came here to visit him. He's everything I want. I want him. So we're visiting out in the front yard with him, and they keep all of their baby goats in their garage in these FEMA trailers, pretty much. So as we're kind of like socializing with him and looking him over, out of like the corner of our eye, we see this little face standing on top of his milk jug, which is significant because Moo used to do that. And so he was standing there, which put his face just high enough to peek over the little fence that he was in. And we were both, well, you were just like, and I was like, who's that? Because he had this cute little face that really reminded me of, like, he has Moo's nose, like Moo's lips and stuff. And that's what I saw from a distance. So I was like, who's that? She goes, oh, that's this one's twin brother. Same bloodlines, same everything. And I'm like, well, crap. All right, let's see him. So he comes out with his brother, and they're just like bouncing all over the place, and he wants nothing to do with us.
Right.
But I was like, oh, but I really like his look. But if he's not as personable and whatever, we put the other little boy back, and all of a sudden you can see
he blossoms. Like
Yoshi's personality went to like outgoing, still bouncy and fun and whatever. I'm like, okay, I think this is the guy for us. So then we go and we meet his dad, who's just huge. Like, he's just ginormous. The biggest goat I think I've ever seen in my life in person. And then we go over to the doe barn, and out of a fence of like 15, 20 goats, I went right over to this one girl, and I'm like, oh, you're so cute. She goes, that's your boy's mom. And I'm like, get out of town. Get out of town. But she also reminded me of Moo. So we visited with her, and then on the way back, she made a comment because now her mom was there. Both mom and daughter were there, the two breeders. She goes, I'm so, your dad will be so happy that this boy is going to a good home. And I was like, okay, like, they wouldn't have said that if something hadn't happened. Like, I was like, oh, was he like really close to this one? Like, did he bond with this one? And then she told us the story, his birth story. And I know that's been a question, so I am going to go into that right now. So just keep scrolling on, doing whatever.
Go for it. I'm sharing. I'm letting people on Twitter know we're live.
So Yoshi did not come with the name Yoshi. We named him that. He didn't come with a name, or at least she didn't share what they've been calling him. She allows every time we've gotten a goat from her, she's allowed us to name them, and that's the registered name that is on his paperwork. So she says, well, his birth story is interesting. His twin brother came out first, and then he came out, and he was born head first, and we couldn't get the rest of him out. So he was like head out, all the goo that you guys see, like all that amniotic fluid is now like mom's trying to push, and all of that fluid is coming over his face, and he's already breathing. So the husband is, while they're waiting for the vet to come and like help assist this baby, which it had to have been something significant because they have more goat experience than we do. So if they couldn't get Yoshi out by themselves, then it's a big deal. So the hour that it took the vet to get there, her husband is holding this little baby head and just wiping the amniotic fluid off of his eyes, out of his mouth and nose so that he could breathe for an hour. They were so scared that they were going to lose him because of how much they had to pull on his poor little neck to get him out. It's one of the reasons, like, you want those front legs to come out first, because if you have to pull, his arms were tucked behind his body. So he was in a like hands back like this and head first. So if you have to pull, you're pulling on his neck, you're pulling on his spine, and the damage that can happen with that is not good. It also makes it so instead of his body being elongated and more narrow, he's thicker in the shoulders, which caused the issue of him not being able to get out well. So the vet is pulling and pulling and pulling. And they finally get this baby out. And the mom and the daughter, the breeders, they start crying because it's now March 8th. And we had just lost Moo on the 28th of February. And her birthday was March 5th. And so it's now, and they follow our channel, so they knew about Moo and everything. They see this baby hit the ground after what was a very stressful time, and they start crying because he reminds them of Moo. And so now they're crying about Moo being gone and this little baby being born. They didn't tell us. They didn't reach out and be like, you're not going to believe this, but we just had this traumatic birth and this little boy and reminds us of Moo. Like, they never said a thing. And then I reach out to them. We end up picking this goat, and it's like, it's crazy how it was all meant to be. Mm-hmm. So the final thing that was like solidified that Yoshi was meant to be ours, and it's so weird. When we feed Winnie and Winston,
we'll only find this
funny, so I don't know why I'm even sharing it.
Yeah.
When we were feeding Winnie and Winston their bottles at that time, every single time at the end of the bottle, Winston would cough and fart at the same time, simultaneously, every time.
It was hysterical.
I don't know why, because we're so immature.
No,
that's why.
Was.
It's so immature. But it was funny, and in that moment of grieving, I guess that's what we found funny.
Yeah.
And so we're there visiting with Yoshi, who wasn't Yoshi at the time. Like, it wasn't his name yet. But he coughed or sneezed and farted at the same time. And we both looked at each other. I was like, well, that's it. It's meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it wasn't, we didn't even notice the M on his face until I took the picture and posted it on Facebook. And somebody else said, he has an M on his face.
Yeah, somebody else said.
So there's so many different reasons. It was also that morning we cut Moolala and we found the angel wings in the sister bars.
I didn't know
that was that morning.
Was it really?
Yes, it was the same morning.
Wow.
So it was Moo's fault that Yoshi's here.
I felt like it was meant to be that day too. Like, there was just a lot of little things going on.
And it was all adding up to this goat was meant to be yours. So that's how, and Yoshi got his name because Yoshi in Japanese actually means lucky, and that kind of sums up.
Yeah.
He was so lucky to make it through his birthing experience. And then in Hebrew, it actually means God has healed, which if we replace God with Moo, then it was like Moo's way of helping my heart heal from, I think, all of our hearts, really. It wasn't just mine. Yeah. I think it's what the village needed. It's what we all needed. Yoshi has been, Yoshi, if he never breeds a day in his life, has done his job.
Yeah.
Which hopefully that's not going to happen. But,
don't say that.
Yeah. But, Yoshi has just been such a gift to all of us. So
thank you for coming to the Q&A.
Story short.
We need to go to the barn now. Just kidding.
It's a very special story, I think.
I think that covered two.
It really was such a important moment in our recovery, our grieving process too. And again, it's not just, Yoshi hasn't just been like healing for me and you and I don't know about you, but he's been healing for the whole village. Yeah. I think he's brought so much happiness and so much light in such a dark time. Okay, here we go. I saw a question pop up there. I didn't jump over to highlight it. The Yoshi question about girlfriends. I don't know if you see it. Will Yoshi be getting more girlfriends? I don't know. Not this year. We're not bringing anybody home right now. I gotta think about. Definitely not bringing any. No
friends. I thought he meant.
I thought they meant like
breeding this
our
year.
girls breeding with Yoshi.
Yes.
Yes. The answer.
He'll be breeding all of them.
Well, not all of them. All the alpines.
Yes. All that. Okay.
Yeah.
All the alpines and Mina.
Yeah.
So.
And Coco.
And Coco. I forgot about Coco. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Here you go.
She's a big girl.
She big girl. Will you be using the milk machine again this year? And will you start when all the kids go to their forever homes?
Yes.
So yeah, so it'll be a little interesting since we are keeping 6 of the babies. 5 of those moms will have their babies on them.
Well, depending on how the 5 babies we're keeping. Well,
they're all female, so they're all staying in Cassie's castle.
No, I get that, but so we're keeping 6. Does that include Yoshi or no? Yoshi's
no, that's 7.
Oh my god.
Asher's 8.
Oh my god.
You're acting like this is a surprise.
I didn't do that math.
Why is this such a surprise?
Like
this is why I snuck Gia in there. I was like, we're not going to count numbers. We're just going to say we're keeping Gia. Don't count them. He's going to start playing with his hat.
When he starts like lifting it up and like fluffing his hair.
So you're keeping.
Oh my god.
Let's go. There it is.
Oh.
Let's go through the goat math.
Why
here.
are we doing this?
Because I'm trying to figure out what moms were not milking. That's all I'm trying to figure out. I already know who's staying. It's too late now.
We're not milking. Well, I mean,
we're not milking 80 because we're keeping Dolce.
We're not laughing at you. We're laughing with you.
Okay. 80 is Vixen.
Yes.
Right. Okay. I was way wrong. Got it.
Ears versus not ears.
So, yeah. Not milking 80. Okay.
We're not milking Grace.
Right.
Because that is Dolce.
Yep. Got it.
Lucy is Bonnie.
But Clyde is
gone.
leaving.
Yeah,
But so Lucy will need help.
Maybe.
She's also not a big producer, so probably not. Okay.
So here's what might end up happening.
And then
here's what might end up happening. He's gonna.
Are you good on your beer?
Yeah, I'm good.
Do you need another?
No.
Okay.
I'm just hypothetically throwing this out there.
Yes.
That the babies at night go in the aisle, and we put the aisle back up, or at least part of the aisle.
Okay.
And the 5 babies that will be in there, because Winston will be over in the red barn.
Mm-hmm.
The 5 babies that are on moms get separated from moms at night, so that the moms for 12 hours can get a 12-hour udder.
Correct. Yeah.
And then we can milk them in the morning, but not at night. We milk the other 10 moms or whatever.
Yeah.
Why are you OG'ing? This is a great plan.
He's trying.
Keep going.
Why is this not?
Got it. Keep going. Yeah. Okay. I just want to know how many moms we're milking that don't have babies.
10.
That'll be enough. We don't have to do the whole.
Yeah,
aisle
but
thing.
it's. I mean, it is there. We will have Charlotte.
Yeah, we don't have to do.
But it'll be Amy.
Well, remember, no pigs this year.
I know.
And.
But Greta's a huge producer. I don't want to miss out on all of her milk.
Well, I don't want to set up an aisle divider every day, up and down.
Oh my god,
and
it won't
be
an everyday thing.
Yeah, it would be, because you just said.
You only set it up once, though. Right?
Set it up once, and you move the babies over into the aisle at nighttime. They don't get access to the aisle during the day.
Oh,
you won't need it. They'll be outside.
So you would cut the aisle off completely. I see. I thought you would take it up and down. Yeah, something to think about. I don't know.
Thank you, Kim.
What did Kim say?
Sounds like a great plan.
Kim, she likes the wrench. She said, sounds like a great plan, Liz. I mean, it is a good.
Does she need a tissue for her nose?
Yeah.
Brown noser, get it?
No,
okay,
no, not at all.
Nope, nobody got it. Okay.
No, I got
that was funny to me.
I was like, is she crying?
I did. No, is she crying?
Brown nose.
Crying.
I got it.
Yeah.
No, I mean it's a good plan, depending on how we execute it.
We'll execute it perfectly.
Yeah, just like everything else.
You know, you keep telling me you're a glass half full kind of person, and I just see emptiness.
I just said glass half full. 10 goats are perfectly fine. Don't worry about all the moms that are keeping their babies. That's what I said.
Missing out on a lot of milk, and what?
We're not.
I'm not going to say what if,
so run out of room. Yeah, what if what?
Nope, I won't say it.
Okay.
Next question.
I need to know.
No,
Right.
I don't like to plan for the worst case scenario, so I'm not even putting it out there. Thank you.
Okay,
Oh,
got it.
No.
Where are we at?
5 o'clock. That's where we're at.
There you go.
It's 5 o'clock. I'm ready.
Bam.
Vicky, I love the soaps and lotions. Just a thought, would you be able to make shampoo? Well, that's a loaded question, and you don't even realize it.
No.
Poor Vicky.
Is that who asked it?
Breathe.
Oh, it was Vicky.
But it's Vicky with an IE, and I don't
No,
know
I
if
don't.
it's the same Vicky.
I don't know if it's the same Vicky.
So,
Oh, another one from Connecticut.
oh, nice.
See?
Sweet.
Sorry. I mean, Connecticut's
So-
okay, other than like taxes.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, and the fact they don't have enough land.
and the fact that land costs a fortune.
Angie has a drink. Don't worry. We're not drinking without her.
She's good.
So, wow. It
She's
is
the one that started this whole drinking.
Lies.
Lies.
Fake news.
Who started it?
Actually, it was you.
It was a suggestion. It wasn't a plan.
It was-
You
I like it.
solidified the plan.
Anyway, back to shampoo.
It's a group decision.
It was. We voted.
Said the man drinking the beer.
Without me, and then was like, oh, we forgot about him. Okay, continue. Your soap, shampoo.
Okay. It's such a loaded question. You don't even realize it. So I really apologize. The can of worms that you just opened.
Oh,
I can't make shampoo bars and conditioner bars or anything else new.
And you heard that they would be in bar form, not in some like
It's not liquid.
fancy plastic.
So it'd be
tubing.
shampoo and conditioner bars of soap. I can't do anything more, nothing more. This little brain has a lot going on in it, but it can't do anything more until we get a bigger manufacturing facility. You said it.
That's it.
Actually, I said it.
She said it. We don't have enough room.
We don't have enough room. I'm literally working out of an area that's 350 square feet. You're working out in an area that is 350. Actually, it's a little bigger.
Not even. Somewhere around.
Maybe 300 square feet. Total of like 600 to 700 square feet. And we're busting at the doors. We cannot. I want to be able to hire more people. I want to be able to make more things. I need more room for holding inventory and raw ingredients, and I need more table space to actually make stuff. We are literally scheduling the days. What day are we making lotion? Because we can't make soap or lip balm or bath salts or anything else on that day.
It's like a big jigsaw puzzle.
So it's a jigsaw puzzle, and it's becoming a thing. So we've looked into, I have the land to build a bigger manufacturing facility. I need to get everything out of my house. So we've looked into it. It all comes down to town zoning. Will they let us build a building? I cannot manufacture in a shipping container. It's against my manufacturing license. So
Yeah,
I
you can't
have
do
to have a, my space right now is a licensed manufacturing by the FDA. It is inspected space. It has to be of a certain,
Yeah, we're talking stainless steel, everything, all that type of stuff. Almost hospital level, where the stuff is made.
it's the same
Yeah.
same license that I need for making cosmetic products that I would need for making medical devices.
Don't
Like,
get me wrong.
it's the
shipping
same-
container helps for storing stuff, but we already did that. We did that little storage facility last year with all the concrete under the
Yeah.
deck,
So
which is helping.
So right now, we're not talking about a small space that we're going to be needing to upgrade, because the last thing I want to do is upgrade to something that's maybe 1,000 square feet, and then in a year we're outgrowing that. So we've sketched it up, we've looked into it, and it's about a 4,000 square foot facility, but it needs its own septic, its own well, its own electric from the road. It's literally the land that we're putting it on. It's probably the worst because it has nothing on that side of the driveway. It has no easy access to electricity. It would need its own well and septic because it's a manufacturing facility. And we don't want to be doing anything stupid and dumping stuff into the earth that can't be dumped into the earth. Even though our products are natural, it's still oils can mess up the ground and whatever. So yeah, it's kind of like we're at this crossroads of, okay, we have a little bit of room that we can pick up in the short term with blowing out another side of our basement, and then we can like store stuff over there and maybe do some curing of the soaps over there, get that out of our way, because that's a 6-week process. What?
They said, how about Graham's house?
We're working out of 600 square feet. That's 900
That's
square
only
feet.
900.
Plus
It's
she's
not
moving
enough.
back here full time.
Yeah, it's not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that people realize how much we're busting at the seams and
Right.
how much square footage we need because of, it's all your fault.
Right.
We're growing so fast. Like, we need a ton of room.
Right.
And we have to think, 10 years down the line, is that space going to work? And so I'm thinking long term, 1,000, 1,500 square feet. Sure. Okay. That's better than what we have now. It's double than what we have now. We'll definitely be able to use that space. But at the rate we're growing, we will outgrow 1,000 square feet, 1,500 square feet in a year. It's like your tractor.
Right.
We went and looked at a smaller tractor, and I said, no, buy the one bigger because we're going to outgrow it. And sure enough, it's been 10 years.
We were 10
but we've outgrown it.
Mm-hmm. Right.
So
we actually talked to another soap person who went from like basement, manufacturing to a facility. That facility that they went to was 3,000 square feet.
And now they're in like
now
30,000.
they're in 40,000
Yeah.
square feet. They went to
Mhm.
next. They were like, we outgrew the 3,000. We outgrew in 2 years.
Now, don't get me wrong. What we're doing from our basement
like 800 square feet
is ridiculous.
Insane.
Like we can, but every time we launch a new product, that takes up inventory room. I have to hold inventory. We have no more room.
and certain new.
And I'm
products.
not saying I don't want to make it, and I'm not saying that we won't make it because somebody was like, "Yeah, that's what you said about soap." I want to make it.
Right.
I don't have the room to store it. It's a whole different product, different molds, which take up space, different boxing,
packaging, different
takes up
labeling,
space.
different everything. Every product we launch is something different. Plus, we have 1,000 more mood books showing up very soon. So we've got other things that are taking up. The things we already do are,
I cannot begin to tell you,
Yeah.
like how badly we're busting at the seams. So yes,
yes,
like Peggy said, it's our fault.
Yeah,
It
which
is,
a
but
good
it's
fault.
a good problem to have. It's a 6-figure problem to have because this facility is not going to cost less than like
It's
a lot.
It'd be the biggest project we've ever done. Yep. So
And
shampoo bars.
we've
That's what
gone-
gets us to this conversation.
Yeah, it's all the shampoo bar's fault.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's I mean, it's not a matter of like if that oh goodness, you can put a kitchen in there for me. Oh, Kathy will be our cook.
Yes.
Oh, I
yes,
love the break room,
yes.
Auntie Kathy.
Yes.
Oh,
Everybody needs an Italian grandma.
I need it. I need an Auntie Kathy.
Okay, here we go.
Thank you, Kathy. Hold on, let me see what I said. So you can put a kitchen in there in the new building so I can cook.
So the new kitchen would.
Can you make poke bowls?
Can you make
That's no cooking required.
poke-
And it's not very Italian.
It's literally throwing it together.
Okay, I'm pushing the thank you button.
Okay, let's see it.
It was
That
so quiet.
cute.
Well, maybe my volume was too
Your
low.
volume's down.
Yeah.
It was so cute.
My volume was low.
That
And
was
there were
so
bird
cute.
chirpings and goats making noise in there, and none of it was ours. It was all sound effects.
You gotta ruin it like that.
I tried.
for people.
I
What are
had
you
to
talking?
build
Those are
it.
Salem birds. What are
They
you
were
talking
Salem
about?
birds. Yeah, I pulled
Salem
it from the
birds.
live cam and it went cheep, 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 cheep.
That was
Yeah.
cute.
All right, where was I at? I got lost. All right, here we go.
That's easily done. Oh, I said that. My inside voice came outside.
Yes, it did.
Just keep doing this.
Go to the Forever Home.
We talked about poke bowls with one of our.
Soap, shampoo.
Apparently, doesn't want to be talking about.
Oh,
that.
I think we
He's
already
trying
did
to find
this.
his place.
You already said that. So Nancy asked that question.
I did go through.
Yeah, hopefully Nancy's here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, here's an interesting one.
Most problems or damage? Ooh.
I'm going to put it on Billy. He started putting his foot through that stupid plastic window.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, he did do that. However,
Yeah.
can we not forget about Thor and 80?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean,
Yeah.
they're called the Chaos Twins for a reason.
Right.
But damage, that would be the most damage a goat has done. Billy eating the plastic.
He started again.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But trouble? Thor and 80.
Yeah.
And let's give them props though. Neither one of them have jumped through a door.
Oh, stop it. Don't say that.
Uh-huh. I'm just saying, maybe Vixen was the best thing that ever happened to 80s troubling ways. Yeah.
Oh.
We've talked about this, literally 10 minutes ago.
I have been drinking, and I lose memory.
I hear you.
I remember Dolce and
Dolce's not 80s.
and 80.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's why I was like,
What the heck?
Did you lose your questions?
Aw.
No, well, I'm just trying to go back to live. Oh, what about the camera that Thor ate? Yeah, right up there. Thor
I'm
and
just
80.
saying, Thor and 80.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here's a live question that came in.
Can we have a reminder who is going with who of the babies going home? Wow, that's a question. Okay. So Kai and Clyde are going together. They're leaving on Friday, I believe. Prada, Claire, and Mason are going home together on Saturday. The triplets are all going and staying together. They're not leaving until the weekend of June 11th-ish. So that's Ren, Rhodes, and Rosaline. They're staying together. This is where it gets difficult. Dash. Breeze.
And one. Oh, no, yours.
And maybe Pippin?
I think it is.
Pippin.
Gianna. No.
Gianna's staying.
Gianna's staying.
I think those three are staying together.
Yeah.
Hold on. Who does that leave me? So then it's Wilbur and Fern are staying together. Who are they going home with?
A Tog.
No, I already said Dash.
I thought.
Oh, you're right. Hold on.
It's a Tog.
No, is it? No.
Because it would have been the last Tog left. I think.
Wilbur, Fern, and Dash are going together. Okay, so Wilbur, Fern, and Dash are going together. So that means Breeze, Pippin, and Violet.
Violet. There it is.
Yeah.
Breeze, Pippin, and Violet are going together.
All right. There you go.
Whew. Yeah, all three. I remember those because it was one of each breed.
Yeah.
I could not have answered that question.
No.
I couldn't repeat her answer even if I wanted to.
I probably couldn't repeat my answer either.
Nope.
But those ones, so because it's Pippin needs to be castrated still, Dash and Rhodes, all three of those boys still need to be castrated. They can't leave with their brothers and sisters and whatever until they're castrated, which is happening June 2nd, unless something pops up, because we all know that can happen. Dr. Lindsay is coming to the farm this time to castrate them so that then she can do the rabies and CDT vaccines for the rest of the girls since they'll be old enough. And then, like, I think it's 10 days later is when the weekend of the 11th.
Yeah.
9-10 days later is when the next round of babies will be going home.
Right. So I saw this comment, and I just want to say,
oh,
thanks for
we
letting
hear
us-
that a lot, and I
Aww.
love that because we can't make medical claims and stuff, but I hear this comment. It's probably one of the top comments I get about the lotion, other than like, I love how creamy it is and it's not greasy, and it like smells great long term. This is like the next eczema comment
Right.
I get.
So feel free to put that on our website as a customer comment.
Oh yeah, reviews, like you can leave it in a review. I just can't.
We just can't say it as
Say
the
it.
manufacturer that they make medical claims.
Oh yes, this did change because
What?
it was supposed to be Dash, Violet,
Yes.
and Claire going together. They changed their minds. They switched it up. So yes,
Somebody's taking notes.
did change. Well, it's the moderator. It's kind of her
Yeah.
job.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. Yeah.
But yes, it did change. They couldn't tell the babies apart, and they have young grandchildren that are going to be visiting, and these are kind of like their grandkids' goats. And they loved Claire so much. There's a story there, so they didn't want to change Claire, but they did change out to Mason and Prada.
Somebody asked, is that a new picture behind you?
I mean, new-ish, but not like that new.
That's the first time
This
I've
one?
seen it.
No.
This
But
one,
I'm not up here very often.
right. I don't remember how long ago we got that.
So speaking of that picture,
It was before Moo passed away, though, so it was before kidding season of this year that we
Right.
got it.
yeah. Speaking of that picture and all the other gifts and everything, we just want to say thank you to everyone. There are too many to list and bring up here and talk about. I mean, way too much candy, way too much cookies, and
Is it though? I mean,
Yes.
brownies. I mean, you name. They're in
I'm
the freezer.
sorry.
They're in the freezer.
They're down.
Okay. I'm like, you guys been hiding brownies?
No, they just
We-
came last night.
Okay.
Yeah, some cookies and brownies. Yep. Cookies
And the edible arrangements,
Oh my
and
god,
like
those are
the
amazing.
those are the
Yep.
best.
Yeah.
and all that stuff. Thank you.
And like
I
the
think even a
hand,
Lego set.
so the
showed up
handmade,
today.
handmade things too, like the handmade stuff that villagers have brought to Goat Snuggles, and I'm actually not using it. I have to show you too.
Speaking of that, this is the
What?
first time we've seen Angie in a couple weeks. We have a bag for you.
Mhm.
She
Something-
didn't even know
There's
it
a
yet.
couple things
Who's
that
ever
villagers
watching?
made for you too.
What?
Yep.
Mhm.
We have an Angie
Mhm.
bag.
Somebody crocheted something for our cups.
Shut up.
Yeah, it's like a crochet thing. It has a little hook, but it keeps your hand from sweating, but it also
my
keeps
God.
your ice a little colder.
Wasn't it? And now I'm gonna feel so bad. Wasn't it the same lady that made this?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Oh,
It was
is that the
same.
one where Bo got stuck in?
It wasn't.
Pika.
The
Pika.
Pika got
got
lost.
lost.
We still think Pika might be in there.
No,
Yeah,
she's not
she's
in
not. I
there.
checked.
Not in there.
Yeah.
But we even got a new blanket
That
downstairs.
It was really cute.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of things that have come out of this, this kidding season and everything that we don't expect any of this. And it's just like every time we open a box, it's like, am I ready for this? Because there is something in here that is, it brings up something that, but I know like everything comes from a place of love. So sometimes seeing Moo's face on something is like, oh,
The baby picture really got me today.
the baby
on the
picture of
blanket.
Moo.
Yeah.
So we make a blanket that uses that picture.
Mhm.
And when Moo passed away, it was Tyler's way of, he carried that blanket everywhere with him. But seeing baby Moo on her milk jug, like it takes something out of me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but there's going to come a day when like seeing Moo's face isn't going to hurt more than it brings a smile.
Right.
Like that day's not
Yeah.
here yet. It still hurts to see her. But there's a piece of her in Winnie and Winston that, help.
Yeah.
It
Right.
helps.
And same
Yeah.
for me, like Mina.
Yes.
I see it in Mina too.
Yeah.
So I totally get it.
Yeah. There's times too when seeing Winnie and Winston hurts.
Yeah.
But not like in a I don't love you kind of way.
It's in a mournful way.
It's
like,
in a grieving.
Yeah.
It's my grief of like, because I see her in them.
Yeah.
It's sometimes painful, but
Mhm.
not in a way where it's like I wouldn't want anything different,
Mhm.
Wow, Stella. Okay.
Wow.
She's dramatic. It's fine.
So dramatic.
Welcome.
So dramatic.
Come on in. All right. I don't know if you want to touch base on this, but of course. Oh, that's not what we wanted. Hang on.
I was like, I don't know how I'm touching base on that.
Click the wrong one. Of course, we knew.
Yeah.
So
I'm in contact with Sue.
Almost daily. Yeah.
Almost, and it's it's a subject I don't really want to talk about.
Yeah.
And it's not in a way where I'm upset about like everybody's making the right choices for Sky right now. They're all doing the best, absolute best for Sky right now. I'm just a nervous wreck, so that's all. But they have more, not they, like, I'd like to say, like, I'm on that team of, I've definitely voiced my opinions. My opinions have been sought out. I talk with Sue a lot. We guide each other through this. And, just because Sky's not my goat anymore, Sue and I joke that, this is the only goat on the planet that has 3 moms. So I'm very much nervous about the surgery, but I think that's normal considering it's a cleft palate goat surgery. It's not exactly known to be super successful.
Right.
So
yeah,
that's really all I want to say. But yes, I know, and I'm definitely checking in with Sue a lot.
The Liz and Moo painting. Somebody just asked, where is the Liz and Moo painting? That's actually hanging in the store.
Yeah, it's in the farm store.
Yeah, in the farm store. Yep.
That's one of those things that takes my breath away every time I see it. Also, the glass, we have a glass cube. I don't know if you've seen it yet.
Mm-mm.
It's a glass cube. It's etched.
It's not glass. It's like 3D printed, I think. With plastic.
That's heavy. That's heavy like glass.
Okay, maybe not.
Anyway, it's etched inside.
That one. Got it.
Inside this cube of glass.
Mm-hmm.
It's Moo's portrait is etched in it
Like
with
in 3D.
her name and her dates, and it's 3D. So and it sits on a stand, and there's a light that shoots up in from the center. So
I've seen those types of things before, but I don't think I've seen that one.
And her face like follows you. Like when you move, her head moves.
Typical.
It's moving. It's like
I think this
I meant
is
moving
dinning.
as in like
I know what you meant.
feels.
Yeah.
While we're on this, the blanket, we weren't upset about the blanket.
No.
Liz Hope did. I
No.
think that's
So
dimming.
things that have Moo's face on it and anything to do with Moo, it's part of my grieving process. Like they will bring emotions. I mean, as they do, like as one would expect during the grieving process, it brings up feelings. So it's not in a bad way. It's in a way where, I know how much Moo was loved and adored by everybody. It's what makes the loss even harder to deal with. It wasn't just my loss. It was everybody's loss. Everybody who's sitting here was touched by Moo, unless you literally just found us. And then this is Moo.
Right.
By the way.
Yeah, that's her.
So everybody was touched by Moo. It was a whole loss for all of us. So we're all processing it together. So,
What about?
How much milk do you need to make goat?
Oh,
lotion?
I saw that somewhere.
Yeah, it was. She meant goat milk lotion.
Yeah, I knew it.
Well, I mean, it depends on how many bottles were.
Yeah.
If you think about it, I've done the math. 2 ounces of every bottle of lotion is goat milk.
Yeah.
So of the 8 ounces, 2 of those ounces are goat milk.
Which is the number one ingredient. And that's not the case in any other goat milk lotion we've seen on the market.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it takes a lot. Lotion takes way more milk than soap. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think we did the math one time.
We've done the math. Lotion takes way more milk than soap. It's also 8 ounces of product. The soap is like 5, so it's a little smaller, but but it's still.
There's also some science that means I can't put so much milk in it because it'll do dumb things, and we don't need soap doing dumb things. I need time to work with the soap. If I wanted just solid color soap and no time to do swirls and all the artwork, we could probably put a little more milk in it. But that milk ends up heating things up, which heat in cold processed soap does funky things.
Right. Yep, it does. I don't know. I think all the mail-in questions that I had time to put in here, I've already done. You might be able to pop
How
up.
How do I know if
when will Asher be coming home? We just talked about that.
Tuesday.
That was the last one.
How do I know if you've?
Because I deleted them all. The ones that
so you didn't get to very many of them.
No, I got busy today, and got busy on something else.
See.
Yeah.
Okay, so we did answer that question. So Claudia did write in about who are you retiring, and hold on, I want to make sure. Okay, the last question that she asked was, are you going to retire Grayson? And right now, I'm not making any decisions on Grayson. It's just, there's so much to think about right now. Grayson's fine is, and I'm not thinking about that. Also, God forbid something happens with Yoshi, and he's not ready to perform this year. And I have to think about if Grayson will be the backup.
That actually answers this question there. I hate when it moves. This one, when you got Grayson, would he go to another farm like Charlie did? Possibly, but not yet. Way too soon.
It's too soon for that, yeah. I did notice we are buffering a little bit. Nope, it's not, because Grayson's right. And I was on my phone. Stay here a second.
And then I'll see if I see it.
It's not working. If I stand up, I might.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, I mean, I can't.
Yeah, well, not in that bathroom.
No.
It's hot in here.
Okay.
Yeah, I saw the wave.
But they're all saying that it sounds crackly. Like audio is messed up too.
No sound. No, sound is definitely here.
Breaking up. Yeah, but it says it's breaking up. Audio has gone wacky.
Sound is definitely. I just turned it up a little. I don't know. Did that get moved?
No, everybody's still saying that we're glitchy.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe turn that off and see if that fixes anything. But it says that
turn that off. I got 5 minutes and I'm out of here.
But the sound is glitchy. They're saying sound is out of sync now. That's fantastic. Can't understand a word.
Better now.
Better now. Good now. Oh boy. Okay.
Sounds
better
fine.
now.
I refresh. Yeah.
Okay. I refreshed and it's working now.
So it's probably when we all
went on our
off.
phones or something. Something happened.
No.
Okay. They're saying we're good now.
Yeah.
Do you guys need anything?
No,
I'm good, yeah.
I'm good.
So there are okay. Triple thumbs up. In sync now. Good. Okay. So both are good. We can resume.
It sounds like we're
Woo!
coming back.
That was a close one. We might have almost
Yep.
been done.
Yeah. We are close to done though.
So we were moving on to the next question. We weren't saying anything important while you were gone.
Yeah.
Robin had asked, how do you tell if a female baby goat will have a beard?
Oh.
Or do they gradually grow in? Well, they do. All beards gradually grow in. If they're going to have a beard, I think that was Angie's phone.
Oh.
If they're going to have a beard, they're going to have it by the time they're about a year old. Some of our boys, I can see their beards are starting to come in. They look like little bushy, like fur down here. Like Kai is starting to grow in his beard. That's really the only one that I've really noticed. Chanel has like wispies for a beard, but that's very much a Charlotte thing too. Like some girls, they'll try to grow in a beard, but it's like 3 strands thick and it's kind of a hot mess. But it's absolutely genetic. So you can tell like Greta or Genevieve does not have a beard, and none of her daughters have a beard. And come to think of it, I don't think, does Gus have a beard? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
So he's a year old now, and he doesn't even have a beard. So I don't know if he'll get one. We already talked about what's going to happen with Yoshi and Asher. So that's deleting. Shampoo bar, that's being deleted. I mean, that's a loaded question. Not loaded, but just a long answer. So Peggy asked, were you both farmers before the goat business, or specifically, how did you both choose this life of goats?
Yeah.
No? I mean, before this, define before this, like before we went live on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yes, we had goats. Oh, look,
I don't know how that one was still there.
Yes, we had goats before that. We started having goats in 2015, I want to say. We went live on YouTube 2019. So yes, we definitely had goats prior to YouTube. I think your phone fell.
Yeah.
We did not have goats prior to being married. Neither one of us grew up on a farm. And it all just kind of started with wanting to get closer to our food. And we started with chickens for eggs. Then we had to move because our town did not support any livestock on the acreage that we had. So we moved here. We had to convert the land back to farmland because it was completely woods. And then we got goats. And it was really just for our own family milk consumption. One thing led to the next. And now we have 9,000 goats. And we make
pretty much.
Yeah.
And now we do it full time.
That was not a question.
No, just Tracy. When we skip the ad, do you lose out on money? No. We don't make that much to begin with. So don't worry about the ads.
Okay, I don't feel as bad now.
Skip them or watch them. It's totally up to you. No, you don't have to watch them. That's why they always delay them, 5 seconds or 10 or whatever?
Yeah,
it doesn't matter. Yep.
Wacky Wednesday. When are we coming back for
Wacky Wednesdays will probably come back after most of these babies go home.
Yeah.
Possibly.
I would say by mid-June, we'll start thinking about, because even the babies that are here now, they're pushing that 50-pound range.
Right.
They can get out of the way of the moms.
Yeah, they'll be fine. And once we have
and there will only
15
be 5
less
of them.
Babies,
there's only going to be 5 of them. So I think, mid-June, expect Wacky Wednesdays to come back.
Probably in every other Wednesday. So virtual Goat Snuggles will also move to the every other. So it'll be one crazy week of Wacky Wednesday and virtual. Mm-hmm. And then the next week will kind of be an off week.
I don't have Asher's birthday super on hand.
Right.
I don't know. but he just turned 12 weeks, like last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd gone through so many options picking out Asher. So like, it's probably a different baby's birthday. So I don't know.
This will be a tough one. If you answered this one, will we get to see the other babies leave like we did Maddie? I don't remember you seeing Maddie leave. I didn't know what I did.
The live cam just
the live cams are on.
Is the live cam going to be going?
It all depends on what time of day it is. I mean, really.
So a lot of the babies are leaving like after goat snuggles. So on Friday after goat snuggles, on Saturday after goat snuggles. So it's gonna depend on how quickly
it all comes
we
down
get
to logistics. Trying to juggle 10 things at once. Can I get the camera on before these people show up? Like all that. It's just, we're human. We don't get everything right. And nothing's automated. So it's run inside to click these buttons to turn this camera on. And sometimes it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
I yelled at myself I almost fired myself the other day.
You fired yourself 2 mornings in a row.
2 mornings in a row. And she was like, what? I was like, I kept the stupid camera on the field all night long talking about running ads. Do you lose money when you run ads? No, I lose money when I'm an idiot. And I leave the camera on the field all night and nobody watches it. We're 7 people watching pitch black dark all night long. It costs me more to run that camera than I make off 7 people watching. But if I clicked a couple buttons before I went to bed and switched it to the aisle camera, like where all the moms have their babies, there'll be 45 people watching all night. Big difference.
Yeah, well, the thing is...
And it just irks me when I forget to do it. So my point is, yes, you'll see the babies leave if we remember.
The thing is nobody's perfect, and we have a lot going on lately. So, the best thing that you can do is give yourself a break.
Yeah.
And just kind of move on with the day.
It's like forgetting to unmute after, or after goat snuggles. Like, if goat snuggles is over at 5 and it's like 8 o'clock at night, and I'm like, shit, I forgot to turn all the cams back on.
But it happens.
Yeah. But,
it happens.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I forgot to make that label.
Yep. So,
oops.
Hopefully.
So, speaking of labels, we have kind of a big deal coming up soon. In exactly 1 week from today is our summer launch. I know, if you can believe it. Summer's kind of right around the corner. So summer collection launches June 1st at noon. That went up so quickly nobody could read it. It launches, like it says at the top, launches June 1st at noon, just like all of our other launches. Would you stop it? now you're just being smart.
Gonna get fired again.
So there's a ton of stuff. I know I posted something on Facebook this afternoon about how the preview, everything's ready to
We're
preview.
hard at work.
Everybody's working real hard.
Yep.
That's making sure that the stress relief bundle is back in stock on the 1st. But there's a lot of new stuff, including bubble soaps, new lotions. The summer collection lotion is coming out. There's a couple of oldies but goodies coming back, like unicorn poop, butt naked, perfectly peach. Actually was smart. I'll tell you later.
Okay.
So that's all. Some of that stuff is coming back, but then fun fact is, and it wasn't on the website when I initially said to go preview, but Swanky Fire is officially being launched. That's the label.
That label is amazing.
I took a much nicer picture of the actual bottle with the label and everything. It's on our website. You'll have to go check it out. But it is amazing. It's when I say it's limited, it's very limited.
Because I'm eating too much food.
I might have to buy a lot of it too before you put it up.
Yeah. I already reached out.
So we are going to be making more of it.
We hope to make more.
But it does come down to a situation like, can we get the glass? Can we get all the ingredients? Because in the past, making swanky sauce has been a struggle because the world is out of things in this COVID world that we live in. And I wonder when they can stop using it as an excuse. Like, oh, it's a ketchup shortage because of COVID.
Yeah.
Huh? Like, that doesn't even make sense. But anyway, so that's kind of what we're dealing with, though, is Oh, yes.
Do you want to talk about that?
My beauty queen.
She looks better in person.
She does look better in
ya.
person. She looks a little more vibrant in person. But yeah, polka dot soap is finally coming out, and polka dot soap was a complete labor of hate. No, I mean love. It was. We tried to make polka dot soap how many times before?
No.
Yeah.
No.
She almost fired herself. Faked illnesses to not come to work because
I had COVID before COVID.
We tried making polka dot soap. It was an epic fail. They looked awful. We had to completely revamp how we did it, and we did it, but it was like, oh my god, who does this? We individually rolled every single polka dot that's in every single bar of soap, and there were, I think we calculated something like 900 polka dots in the amount of soap that we made. We had to make a custom jig, top and bottom. Every single time we made a log of polka dot soap, which there were 6 logs of polka dot soap, we had to make the bottom each time for the jig.
Mm-hmm. So
listen, it turned out amazing though.
Oh, they already know.
The price of the bar is $10 million
per bar.
Per bar.
Yeah.
And
willing to make a deal if you buy 2.
We're willing to negotiate.
Actually, I'll give all of them to anybody that wants to build our new building, so we can.
Yes, it equals the price of our manufacturing facility.
Yeah.
But no, seriously, it literally took us 7 days.
I'm surprised.
Of making.
It was a process.
But it was about a year of processing up here before we actually put it into a mold. Mm-hmm. So it was definitely like, no, I'm not making that bar anytime soon again. We even contemplated for a little while of making it inversed so that it was a pink bar with gray polka dots. And no, we said no thank you.
We got a sign from the world that said, please
we
don't.
said no thank you. No.
How is the stock level on Charlotte's Garden? It's low
very low.
But I think it's on tomorrow's production run.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's low. You might want to grab it.
It's very low. It's very low.
There's none downstairs.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's whatever's in the farm store is all we got.
Yeah.
Which isn't very much.
Are you planning to have? I see something up there.
But no, in all seriousness, the polka dot soap is the most expensive soap that we've put on our website, but it's because it took so much
it's artwork,
time
guys.
and labor.
I've said it before. Some of this stuff, you can use it, wash your body with it, enjoy it, spoil yourself, but really, I already know there's a good 100 people in the village that are starting to collect soap. Like, it becomes a story, a collector's item, oh my God, I watch these people, blah, blah, blah. It becomes a conversation piece. They don't even use them. So
yeah,
I will
say it's probably the least amount of quantity wise. We have maybe 60 bars.
So
and that's not a lot in the grand scheme of a soap launch.
So we have worked with our web developer to create a new feature on the website. It's going to be used on the polka dot bar and on Fire Swanky Sauce.
Those are our 2 lowest starting quantities.
It'll literally tell you on the website how many we have left. A rough number. It'll say a few remaining.
Yeah.
More than 10. It's like a round number, not like to the minute. You can't like spy on it and watch it click. We can't do that. But it'll say, you're going to program it right. But it'll say something like more than 20, less than 15, only a few left, something like that. So you could see they weren't kidding. They had 60 or so, and now there's less than 5 or whatever.
Mm-hmm. It's definitely going to be, even with the bubble soap, although I tried to guess like what y'all would like based on kind of the comments that I'm seeing and the excitement that I'm seeing for bubble soap. There's not as much of bubble soap as there are of like all the other soaps that we make. So if it's something that you think you want, definitely, it's not going to be the last time I make bubble soap, but it will be these fragrances are the bubble soaps that are for summer.
Right.
So once they're out, they're out. There will be more bubble soaps. I am anticipating, believe it or not, we are already anticipating Black Friday because it's almost July. And that's
what time
July is when I really start finalizing. I start sniff testing in like, I started sniff testing for Black Friday.
She sniff tests me all the time. I fail all the time. She's like, yep, sit over there.
That's why I'm leaning this way.
Yep, leaning this way.
Your armpit is pointing towards me. Just kidding.
Wow, look at that tan. Oh my.
It's a legit farmer's tan.
God. Look at it on the screen.
On the screen, it's
worse.
even worse.
God.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Ivory. Put the white pillow in it.
That's funny. Okay, sorry.
So yeah, it's nope. Juicy Lucy's not coming back. Unfortunately,
Not anytime soon.
Not anytime soon. But again, listen, Perfectly Peach
It's coming back. It
is
took
coming-
the summer off.
is coming back for the first time in 2 years. So, and while our watermelon lemonade is not coming back, there is a coastal watermelon, which is the same fragrance that we're using in our one in a melon, and it is legit like, oh, it's like watermelon is it's amazing. Mm-hmm. I went through,
and so is the peach.
The peach is amazing. The peach is actually one of Uncle Kevin's favorite lotion.
While you're on that topic, do you have anything that's close to Juicy Lucy?
Juicy Lucy is very fruity.
So your watermelon or your citrus or whatever you just made, I don't know what it was called. Agave, whatever? No. No? Sea salt?
No, definitely not.
Okay.
Sea salt. So there's sea salt and orchid is coming out, and citrus agave is coming out.
Don't know.
It's not. Nothing. You know what? Actually, the blend that we did, which is in our limoncello, is kind of similar. It's a blend of citruses, and our limoncello is very lemon forward, but it does have hints of like grapefruit and some other fruits that would be sort of like a Juicy Lucy, but it's not exactly.
Okay, before you start answering some of those, do you plan to have a Win Twin or a Yoshi sweatshirt or t-shirt?
I don't plan, but
the ideas are always running through our head.
Right.
But we're not sure yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cozy Cashmere is a seasonal, so you can expect, unless something crazy happens, you can expect to see Cozy Cashmere come back in the fall, probably for Black Friday, maybe for our September 1st launch. I'm not sure. But Cozy Cashmere soap is still available on the website. The lotion is is seasonal right now, at least.
What is your favorite soap? Sorry for spelling. Liz, what's your
my favorite soap?
Yeah, what's your favorite?
That depends on the day.
And you have to be more specific. Design, fragrance.
Right.
Like,
to use?
Yeah.
It's the exfoliator coming back. That's a good one. I wonder if Karen's the one that bought the display while she was here on the weekend. I don't know. I can't remember who it was. Sorry, forgot your name. I forgot who it was, but somebody was here and bought the display because it was like one of their favorites.
The exfoliator is probably coming back. Yeah. I don't see why it wouldn't.
In some form.
I might actually move it to an everyday artisan bar and not a premium bar, which just means the shape changes.
Okay, never mind. Keep going.
It doesn't need to be a premium bar.
I know we have a lot of exfoliator stickers left. Let's just use them.
Oh, good Lord. Here we go.
I need to
Next question.
I need to build a building. Save pennies. All right.
Oh, man.
Tracy's going to go watch Chicago at 8 p.m. So
we have
got
to be
5
done
minutes.
by 8 p.m. Okay.
5 minutes.
8 p.m.?
Yeah,
probably. Let's see what else we need to talk about. Oh, my gosh, I'm sweating.
Oh.
Yep, he'll be here soon. Yep.
Oh, so I heard from the breeder too, because we were talking about what day and all that. He goes, oh, and by the way,
that's his dad, by the way, right?
Yes, and he looks small compared to Yoshi's dad.
Oh yeah.
He actually, the pictures don't do him justice.
He was huge.
He was huge.
He was a big boy.
I know. Long.
I'm sweating.
Okay, we heard you.
Oh, that's better. Good job.
Yeah, that's better. So seriously, get the fans out because the princess is hot.
Princess. Talk about princess. Talk about princess.
Oh yeah, she's.
The princess is hot. She's downstairs.
So, so the breeder goes and tells me, "Oh yeah, by the way, Asher's 65 pounds."
Wait a
And
second.
I'm like,
He's
yes.
bigger than Kai.
Yes.
Kai is only 54 or
53
something.
Yeah.
pounds, like the last time we weighed him. So he is 65 pounds.
Whoa.
I'm like, oh my God.
Bigger
Yeah.
than Bo.
Bigger than Bo, and he's only
Yeah.
12 weeks old.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you feeding him? What do you mean he's 65 pounds?
That's crazy.
I was like, Houston, we're going to need a bigger barn.
No, we don't need a bigger barn.
Houston, you're gonna need more.
All these hungry boys. Yoshi came home, he was only 43 pounds, but he was also only 8 weeks old. There's another month.
Yeah.
So he's Yoshi is a month younger than Asher.
Okay, yeah.
So 65 pounds. I was like, he best know how to drink out of a bucket.
Yeah, he better. I need proof. Video proof.
Video proof that he knows how to drink out of a bucket.
Yeah.
I got a defective one with Yoshi. Just kidding. Oh, look at those faces. They're like, would you say Mom?
Defective. You said defective, so.
Oh, they're not defect. Just the one on the right.
I was gonna say only one of them.
Listen, we joke with Piper. You can be born with brains or beauty, and I know which one Piper got.
Mhm.
And I know which
And
one you got too. Yes, you got a faith only a mother could love.
Untrue.
Not true. You
I
love it
her.
too. What? Huh?
Is there another question? What?
Are we?
I don't think so. Is there another? No, I got another funny picture though.
Oh, here we
This
go.
one.
Oh, I love that
saw
picture.
That.
That was a good one. Look at Kai. He's over
Was
there.
that a villager's idea or
That was-
like,
Those
they
were
weren't just
snugglers.
That was
standing
just
there?
No,
snugglers.
they
So-
literally just 2 people started doing it, and the babies were jumping on them. So then more
Yeah,
more
random
snugglers,
people. They
just
do not all
random-
know each
they're
other.
not all in one group of. They just
Oh.
happen to be.
Right. They just happen to decide that, no 6 foot social distancing. Let's just go for it and let the goats climb on.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh yeah, Kai was 53 pounds,
53.
but Asher's 65 pounds.
Right.
So
that's
big difference.
which means he's gonna be what, 70 when he hits the farm?
It's gonna be about
Probably.
95 by the time he comes home on
Yeah.
Tuesday. Yeah,
Isn't Kai 53? Yes.
That's what I
Yeah.
just said.
Okay, that's what you just said. Wow.
I did. I
Hello.
confirmed.
Okay, and once again, I have to say congratulations to Liz because I do nothing for this. 10,000 on Facebook.
Oh yeah, we did hit that. A round of applause. A round of applause because it's
Because
you.
I do 0 on Facebook. Just so we know.
It's okay, babe.
Never
They
me.
all know that you don't do anything.
I do nothing.
On Facebook.
I even order the wrong forks from a tractor.
Yes, you do.
What?
So technically I didn't. Because I questioned it when I bought them.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, yes, those will fit your tractor. So I got them here. And they are wrong.
So they messed up.
Yes.
You did
Yeah,
not.
No,
that's right.
they messed up.
That's right. And they're trying
But
to
I
fix
should
it.
have known because they said it was
Nope, they're green.
the Euro design. And if you look, right, let's see if I can do this. Okay, wrong finger. Let's use this finger. How do we do
Oh,
it?
I
Okay,
see.
here.
Closer.
See that hook right there? Ding, 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 ding. That hook.
Sure.
And down here, but over a little more, like way over
No,
there.
I don't.
That hook right
Yeah.
there,
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
it's wrong.
Are they
That's
supposed to be in line?
no, ours is just a different
Oh.
setup. It's just a different style of connection. So it's wrong. And no, I do not need a bigger tractor. I need a bigger building. I will stay with the little tractor and just
Not
Get
a
a bigger
little
tractor.
tractor.
no, it's not.
We
but-
can't possibly auction off enough stuff.
No, guys, we're talking. All right. So
Do you want Bo?
yeah,
Bo's
$200,000.
Both
Bo.
should-
No,
Anybody
joking.
who wants Bo,
Joking.
$200,000.
yeah,
Just
yeah.
kidding.
Joking.
It's literally
Hashtag fake news.
Hashtag fake news.
It's $300,000. Actually,
Yeah,
we
it's-
would have to pay them to take
Yeah,
Bo.
no, I know.
And fun fact, she headbutts people. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying, I get it. The village wants to help. That's amazing. We might come up with an option to help, but we're looking at a lot of creative things, like including investors and other ways
It makes me
to
cringe.
do this. Well, it's very hard to come up with $300,000-$400,000 without somebody wanting to invest in the process.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of things going on. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Okay, one more picture.
What about a buzzkill?
That was it.
Just kidding.
Okay, so
Just
this
kidding.
has to be one of my favorite pictures from Goat Snuggles ever.
Okay. Oh yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one.
Aww,
A picture of you, of them taking a picture of the goats standing on them.
Yeah.
It was
Because that's really what it's all about.
Yeah.
Is if like you're cuddling the babies, which obviously they're not cuddling, they're pretty much being abused by them.
Yes.
But it's them taking a picture of themselves with this.
Yeah.
It's funny.
Mm-hmm. Mina still tries to get on my back for piggyback ride.
Oh.
Not fun anymore.
Yeah. So Winnie's not new thing, but Winnie's thing is that when I'm sitting down, she climbs into my lap. And she actually puts her front feet on my legs and wraps her head around the back of my neck.
Aww.
Which in theory I find really cute, except I know she's going after my baby hairs.
Yes.
Down here.
Yes, they do that.
Yeah. So no Shark Tank.
No, Shark Tank wouldn't do it. So this is why Shark Tank wouldn't want it. And I'm not kidding. I've been on conference calls with people that help people raise money, investors, all this kind of stuff. Shark Tank wouldn't want to be involved because our vision is to never sell. Most investors like that buy equity in a business. So say the business is worth $100,000 today, and I sell you 10%. What's 10% of $100,000? That's $10,000. So you give me $10,000, you own 10%, and then 10 years from now we sell the business for $10 million. Well, you own 10%. So 10% of 10 million is $1 million. That's the kind of business Shark Tank wants.
Yeah.
They want to get in now, build it up so big that Johnson & Johnson buys it and we sell and everybody walks away millionaires. That's not what we want.
Yeah.
We want to build it so we can hire people like Angie and Kevin full-time for real, like true jobs, and then like grow and more employees and build and buy that boat and enjoy life. That's what we want. Not build it so big to sell. And when you say you're not willing to sell, most investors are out. They're like,
because then they can't capitalize on their investment,
right?
Most investors are 10x their money, and if they can't do that, they're not interested. Mm-hmm. So it's a weird balance we have to play. Of okay, how can we raise six figures and more, but still give people what they want? And there's ways to do it. It's just very complicated, but yet creative. And the other option is all cash, and we wait and we build it slowly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So.
And we're going to live out of the basement for a little while longer.
Expand the basement. Take one more closet and keep plugging away. Mm-hmm. And use exfoliator stickers that we already have, so we can save money. And don't watch shampoo bars until we have the room. Yeah. So. Yeah.
Wow.
So
we have actually looked at Kickstarter, and crowdfunding, and stuff like that.
Yes, Kickstarter is. I'm actually talking to. There's actually professional Kickstarter people, and I'm talking to some of them. So keep an eye out. And then there's other things too, but yeah. Wow, it's hot.
Yeah, I'm almost done because
I am done. We gotta go do the
barn soon.
Yeah, it's 8:00.
And it's still not dark, but
by that time we get out there,
once it starts going down, it'll go down. Yeah. So I think we touched upon everything. I think.
Yes, this person is right. It is a bull terrier up there. Right?
Maybe. Probably. Possibly.
No.
That one?
Not a bull terrier.
No?
No.
I thought
that's either a Boston or it's a Frenchie.
Oh.
Boston Terrier or...
Depends on how much you drink.
It depends on how you look at it. It
Yeah.
could be like a Monet. It looks different from afar, closer. Okay.
Okay. Here's one more, and then we're out of here.
Is
Very
there
close.
a chance that Jenny might stay in Cassie's castle with her daughters, granddaughters, and great-granddaughter?
There's always weird chances, but
I mean, I also said I would never make soap, and here we are. But that's another thing that I struggle with. So, I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, that's
a tough one.
It's one of those things too. Like, I really have to play it by ear and see how Genevieve is acting after Pippin goes home, because Jen has never had a baby go to their forever home, except for Jack. But Jack left under different circumstances.
Right,
yeah.
So I don't know. It's I have to. This sounds really weird, but I have to see how Genevieve's mental health is going. If it's going to cause her more stress to move to House of Pie because she just had Pippin rehomed, and if she would do better in Cassie's castle with Greta and Harper and Gia, then she stays. If she adjusts well to having Pippin leave, and it isn't as big of a deal as I'm making it out to be in my head, then maybe she can go. Like, she has other friends in that group.
Yeah.
And the other thing is too, had Moo still been here, kind of would be a no-brainer, because Moo and Genevieve were sisters from another mister. So they could go together, and I would feel a little more confident. Does she have a strong bond with, Lucy, Sadie, Charlotte, Amy?
Right.
No.
Yeah.
She doesn't. So I don't know. Time will tell, and I'll have to just kind of trust my gut on that one.
And this one, let's just tell everyone to stay tuned.
Yeah.
Really is what it is. We don't.
Well, because
it's going to be a big year. It's going to be a big.
There's so much
going on.
Yeah.
There's so much change happening that it's hard and it's overwhelming to it's overwhelming to think of when we start thinking about it all at the same time.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like why I'm just trying to get through Friday. Well, really, I'm trying to make it through tomorrow.
Today.
Then it's okay. Friday, I just have to deal with Clyde and Kai going home. And then on Saturday, I have to deal with the other three going home. And then we get a little bit of reprise until, everybody else has their castration. So it's one day at a time at this point.
Mm-hmm.
And there's going to be lots of tears. So it's going to happen. It's only a matter of time.
So. Yep.
But that's kind of where, like, my time in the barn needs to be. Like, that's kind of my sacred time that you guys get to see every evening. Not every evening, but on the evenings that I sit with, like, Winnie, Winston, and Yoshi, like, that's my time. That's my time to remind myself of, like, why we do this and unwind after a harder day, any kind of day, really. You guys are kind of seeing emotions or moments in that stall that don't always need to be seen and shared. Something was asked, we didn't talk about it this evening because it kind of bothered me. And all I really want to say is, like, when I'm in visiting with the babies, try not to assign an emotion.
Try not to guess.
Or a feeling, or what I must be going through, or, oh, is she this, or oh, is she that? That's my therapy. when that's my time I sit, and I could just be sitting. It doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with like Winnie, Winston, or Yoshi, or any other baby or goat, for that matter. There's nothing wrong. It's just that's my time. You guys get to see it because the cameras are going and everything. That might be my time that I am dealing or struggling with my own grief of Moo, and I take that time to sit with Winnie and Winston and Yoshi because that's what my heart needs. That's what I know my heart needs to heal a little bit, or feel better. Winnie has been that baby for me that I didn't realize when she was born, and I didn't realize that when we lost Moo that Winnie was going to be the one to pull me out of that hole. So I honestly don't think I would be out of that hole without Winnie. So I did not want to end Q&A like this. So my point is, you're watching the whole grieving process, which I don't think as a society, we don't talk about the grieving process enough. We don't talk about like it's okay to not be okay a week, 2 weeks, 5 weeks, 3 months. It's okay to still be grieving months and years after a loss. It's okay to be grieving this long because of a goat. Like, I get so many people who are like, I can't believe, my husband is like, I can't believe you're crying over a goat. That it wasn't, Moo wasn't just a goat. So it's, yeah, it's that time, just like you guys sit when you need that moment in the barn with the goats, you're doing it from your computer. I'm doing it from the barn.
With hundreds of people watching.
And I know y'all are watching.
But she don't even care that you're there.
It's okay.
Kind of, not in a mean way that you don't care that they're there. It's
I don't mind
exactly
that y'all are there.
Right.
I just don't want people to
overthink it.
Misinterpret.
Right.
Or assume what I must be feeling or thinking or whatever. So I don't mind that y'all are there. I have a hard time with the assumptions that happen. So yeah, Winnie has been my gift that I didn't realize that I needed. I realize what she is to me. I realize what I am to her. I recognize that bond is there. So I'm thankful for that. So, with that said.
Okay, 2 things. With that said, I'll break up the sadness here. The Moo box is coming back with those 2 little ones.
Oh, stop!
They are not little.
They're
anymore.
Not that small.
I'm
anymore.
like, who are those goats?
Oh my god, they're not little anymore.
So the Moo box is coming back. I've already repainted all the black. Now I got to go back and repaint all the white, in between all the black, and then I have to clear coat it correctly. So Angie might have to educate me on how to clear coat it correctly, but that's coming back. And then if you ever need a laugh, just look at some teats. That's it.
Oh my
that's all you got to do.
I still can't believe you
curl up under the goat and look at the teats because it's hilarious.
Bonus points for if you can name the goat that those teats belong to.
Do it again.
Let's see it again. And I do know this, so
only because you've milked that goat.
That I know this answer.
Mm-hmm.
Do I need to show it again? I don't want to get demonetized.
It's hard to tell.
A tog, exactly.
Do you know?
Oh my god, I think she got it.
Who? Not 80.
No.
Nope. It is a tog.
I can't tell from that picture. Only
it is a tog.
The coloring is terrible.
It is Grace. Debbie J got it. That is Grace.
She guessed.
Yeah. There's no way you could know.
If you know a goat by their teats,
She's got
I do. We had that competition one time.
What did you blindfold?
I can't remember why we had.
It was like a
and you're
milk.
like,
Don't make me laugh. I really am about to explode.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
it's time to go.
It is great.
We
though.
gotta.
We have
gotta
to
get out to
go.
the barn.
I have to pee really bad, and then it's time to do the barn. I'm
go.
not gonna lie.
So one last time.
I drank a whole one of these.
A bucket.
The buckets.
One
Okay.
last time. Here, you could go.
A bucket. I'm gonna need.
There
it.
we go. Time to go. See you later. Bye.